Hello again. So since the last video I have mostly been working on the missing assets for the second map. So let's take a look at the new assets. The map isn't quite finished yet, but it's getting closer. So inside the building here I made this small recreational area with a ping pong table and a foosball table. And behind the building here I made the assets for the freeway, including these billboards. Here's a billboard for Breeze Cola, the in-game soda of choice. And here is a political poster that is related to the story in the game. And then I also started working on these buildings over here, with the back one being abandoned and the front one will still be in use. So I'll be adding some company signs and flagpoles probably for that. And what I wanted to add next was the police arriving when the player's stealth reaches 0. So in the editor here I can assign paths for the police cars to arrive in. But before I do that, I have to add a trigger event that will basically make the police arrive when the stealth reaches 0. So let's pop over to the script here. So what I'll do first is add this. And in the scripting language I already have some triggers for making the police arrive, and that is called police arrive. And then I designate which police car, and that will be, I think I'll have 3 cars arriving. And then I need an event to trigger that, and that event will be that the player's stealth reaches 0. And I don't yet have a function for this in the scripting language. It's my own scripting language that I made from scratch. So whenever I need a new function, I'll have to add it. And that is something I'll do right now. And I will probably be fast forwarding through that since it is quite boring. Okay, so I have now added the stealth function to the scripting language, and I've tested it and it seems to be working. So now I can compile this addition to the script. Here we are. And now I'll be going into the editor in game and adding the paths for the police cars. And the car that has to drive the farthest distance is the one that should be added last. Because as the code is programmed now, the sound of the siren will cut out when the last car arrives on the scene. Not the last car to arrive, but the last numbered car here, since I can number them. So I think this path will be the longest, so that should be the last one. And what is the shortest path? That's probably this one over here. Or is it? Yeah, it's probably this one. Okay, so I'll be making these waypoints, and each waypoint designates the front left of the car. So it should start here. And yeah, I know it's driving on the wrong side of the road, but this side of the road is partially obscured by the edge blur here. So he will just be driving on the wrong side of the road. So he start here, and then he will drive this point and then drive down here and then in through the entrance here. And that is 167 y coordinates. And let's say over here. And then drive up here and stop here. So the car will be facing in this direction, and when the car reaches this point, the cops will jump out of the car, and then I can designate which direction they should be pointing their guns and rifles in. And that will be direction 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is that car run. Let's do one driving in from here now. That'll be number 2. We'll start there and drive over here. And let's have him use the proper entrance here over here. There, and then drive up to this point. And then let's do it here instead. And the cops will jump out and they should be pointing in direction number 3. And the last car will arrive down here and follow this path. And then over here. And let's have him also drive in the wrong way here. And let's have him go like this. And that is 166. And then there and there. And they should be pointing their weapons in direction 5. Okay, let's save this. And save the map. And now I need something to lower my stealth to 0. And I think I already have some testing stuff that triggers when I walk onto this tile. So I can just add trigger to that. Should be able to. Let's go back to my script here. That's probably up at the beginning here. Here it is. Stealth change, I think it's called. And that's not any character causing that, and it should be changed by 100. Let's see if that will compile. It did. Okay, so reload the script. And fingers crossed. Now when I walk onto this tile, my stealth should be lowered to 0, and then the cop car should start driving up. Let's see. Oh, there comes one of them. And they immediately start shooting me, and that's not good. I probably shouldn't be standing there when the cops arrive, so let me just run inside here and then teleport upstairs and be hiding up there somewhere. If I can do that fast enough. Covers. And I forgot to reload the new script, so let me just reload the game here and reload script. And here we are. Let's do this again. And here they arrive. And that's the last one. Here it comes. Cool, so that works. And there's a bit of a lighting issue here. I'll have to check that out and fix that at some later point. But anyway, the cops arriving definitely works, so that's pretty cool. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks in the next video.